What's good? Excuse me. What's good, Willow? What's good, Naruto? Soli Main is here as well from France. Very nice. What's good, Alex? Speaking of France, I just um I just finished a book. Ah, fuck, it's in the other room. It is called The Socrates Express. I've shared it a few times already. This one. The Socrates Express by Eric Weiner. So I just finished that one today. It's pretty long. That's pretty good reviews, 4.6. It's pretty funny. I mean, 350 pages, no pictures. So it's like straight walls of text. It is a lot. I had to break it down into quite a few reading sessions, but overall, I think it was pretty good. It's just long. So, if you're someone who likes shorter books, because you just want to finish them and move on, this one is not it. If you want something to read for like a month or, for like a while, maybe you're traveling or something, I think this is pretty good for that. So, do what you wish with that information, but it is done. It's good, Josh. Miguel, Vadu, Ali, BG, what up, what up? So, today, I want to go over like the shit I was looking at this morning. I mean, it was perfection. I showed my students this. I didn't take it, and the line that I showed you guys up here was not for liquidity. The line was so I could see what the price was. So when I went to put my order in, I could see that my stop would have been 13,302. So I was trying to hurry up and mark it up to hurry up and take a trade, and also to simultaneously screenshot it. And so it just happened really fast, and I didn't get the chance to enter on it. So it's fine, but that's why that's there. So it's not like liquidity. I wanted that. I didn't want that. I wanted lower. So just in case my students are confused, that was the purpose of that, because I can't, like, when looking at this, I can't tell what price that is at this point. Like, I can't tell what that is. It's somewhere between 13,300 and 13,305. And I want to be precise, so I need to know the price level there. So it was fast, and it all happened really quickly. But I sent them a screenshot of price on a 1 minute time frame trading up and right into this gap right there. Right there. Perfection. Fucking perfection. Okay. Nigga was at 88. The price was at 88. The high was 32.88. Sick. Okay. Now why though? So here is the thought process, okay? And another reason I didn't short is because NASDAQ was our strongest index anyway. So obviously, looking at it in hindsight, I should have. But that's one of the rules. You don't short the strongest index. So I wanted to, but I didn't. So at the time, before the carnage that you see now, we have a low from yesterday. Okay, and today's stream's not going to be all that long. I'm not going to do anything this afternoon. Majority of the moves already happened for today, so I'm it's done. It's toast. Okay, let's go, Andreas, Mr. John. So we started to head for 13,258, right, which is yesterday's low. So we started to head for that 840. You see that? Like, you see how we traded down like we're gonna trade to that low, it's like, okay, cool. So we got our conviction that, you know, we're likely gonna trade below this low. We had already came up, took a short-term high here. I have my headset on today because I'm listening to jazz music. It's awesome. I don't want to give that up right now. So there's that. Oh yeah, appreciate that, Willow. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you guys are here, drop a like. I would greatly appreciate that. It's free for you to do. Doesn't cost you anything. All right, so here's the order. Stock exchange opens at 8:30. Okay, now there's news at 9 o'clock. I think here. 9 o'clock is right here. Okay, so we have news then. So I don't want to trade ahead of the news. I was asked about this yesterday. You know, when news hits, right? Do we trade into the news or do we wait till after? I told you I wait till after. Okay. So if we keep that in mind, it's like, okay, we came up, swept that high, immediately dropped down, you know, again, towards this low. We retrace. I mean, I'm not really looking at this up candle, but we do trade into that and then lower. Okay. So on the way lower, this line here at 13,282 and a half, that's just this 5-minute up candle. Okay, that's it. In a bearish market, up candles should be respected. So then that's what that is. And then on a 1-minute time frame within that, so now it's going to make more sense because some of you are thinking, you know, what is this line right here? I don't understand. Right, it's higher time frame analysis. And, you know, again, you got to do top-down analysis. And I don't do this on my charts, but I'll do this for you if you want to label it. Because you can go back and study your chart. Okay, this would be a 5-minute. Yeah. Okay. And then within that 5-minute, you have a 1-minute. And then within that 1 minute, you have a gap. So you see how we did that? So here's that 9 o'clock candle, right? So news, it does what? It spikes up, trades lower, right? And on the way lower, it creates that little gap right there. So I said, okay, if we come back into the 5-minute, I'll short that. But then I went, oh shit, we have a gap right there. I was like, if we trade into that, you know, I would short that instead. And then like, dude, this is a fucking 1-minute time frame. So of course I'm trying to watch the chart. I'm trying to screenshot shit. I'm trying to put the orders in. I mean, bro, this shit was fast, okay? You know, in hindsight, it's like, yeah, cool, whatever. But when this shit is moving like that, it's fast, okay? So we come up right into that. And as soon as we get there, like as soon as I'm literally my fucking hands on a button and it's the snapshot button. As soon as it gets in there, bam, screenshot. Look at this. Okay. We're retracing a little bit higher now, though, which is cool. But, I mean, look at that. Look how far you have to zoom in order to see that. Right? There's no perfection in trading. Okay. Sure. You're right. You're right. Price action is never perfect. You can never take a perfect entry. You're right. Right. So, again, I didn't take it. I didn't trade it. But in hindsight, I snapshotted it as if I were, or as if I did. Okay, so that's good to study. Just like we did yesterday. Did you guys follow up with the indices yesterday? Did you guys follow? Remember we were looking for lower pricing, right? And as soon as we hopped off the session, what happened? As soon as we got off the session, what happened? We dominated to the downside. We were only looking for 41.94. We went all the way down to 84. Y'all remember that? The shit was yesterday. Don't act like you forgot. Remember we watched this imbalance? Well, a little bit after where we saw that imbalance and then we saw what? This up candle, right? Remember we marked that up? Oh, there's no perfection in trading. Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. Look at that. We fucking wrecked. But there's no perfection in trading, right? I know Allie saw it because I know yesterday you said you were watching it, right? So that something very similar happened today in terms of really small time frame price action, right? A lot of people on Twitter, oh, don't watch the 1 minute, bro. What do you mean don't watch the 1 minute? Look at this. Look at this. The fucking risk reward is higher than the age of some of you guys. Get out of here. It's just, they don't know. It's all noise. And it's not fucking noise, bro. It's not. Some of the music I listen to might be considered noise because I like it. You know, Brand of Sacrifice. What's that fucking other one? Lorna Shore, you know, stuff like that. Some people might think, well, that might be noise. You know, I like it, but this is not noise, bro. This is literally perfection. Respects the imbalance, respects the up candle, and takes a dump. Like, come on, bro. Come on. If this wasn't available, I would come up on here on YouTube and I would be wrong every day. I'd be wrong all the time, or I'd be 50-50. I'd be bearish and price would rally. I'd be bullish and price would go down. But you don't see that, though. You see that I'm right more times than I am wrong. I am wrong. That's without a doubt. But I'm right more times than I am wrong. And I'm trying to teach you guys how to get that. And you're right. People on Twitter. I mean, some people on. There's a few people I respect on Twitter. There's a few. But not a lot. What do we do from here? It's hard to say. On a daily time frame, I mean, I don't really like how we created this low here, to be honest. I don't really care for it on S&P. I mean, we traded into that imbalance, traded higher, we traded down. So today our current low is 4105.5. But it's reacting off of the 26th of April. So if we didn't take the short this morning, I mean, if we didn't long down in here, which again, I would not even look for because, I mean, I watched the 5 minute and I didn't think that this was a buying opportunity at all. But, you know, I mean, look at this, bro. What the fuck? This looks almost like a Fibonacci chart. For you guys that know what that is, this literally almost looks like a Fibonacci chart. Right? Look at the Fibonacci, right? Down, 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 and then up, 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 right? Okay, well now look at a regular candlestick. It looks like the same shit. Straight down, 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 up, 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 up. Like, what? It's crazy. It's crazy. Got taken out on break even on the gold buys. 5 minute in London from the very bottom. Need to change this non-member status. Lewis, you definitely do. You definitely do. I would agree. Does the chat agree that Lewis should get a membership, get a sniper, and a green name? I wasn't even aware of the green names, to be honest with you. I didn't even think that was a thing. I didn't even know. Because a lot of people do not know the price action. That's why. Yep, I agree, Alex. Naruto says yes. Andreas says yes. All right, the peer pressure is on, Lewis. The peer pressure is on. How you said there are not only institutional candles and mitigations, right? Exactly. I went over this yesterday a lot. There are plenty of ways to enter the market. There's a ton of ways to enter the market. I mean, so it's prices, you know, obviously traded a lot lower. We hit that daily and we've rallied a little. I wouldn't even call this a rally. I mean, it has traded higher, but this leg higher is only a fraction of that leg lower. And given one down candle and we've already, you know, sunk. The market looks very weak today. It looks heavy. Now the NASDAQ, it looks like it came about halfway back up. So, I mean, that's okay. The S&P hasn't. and the Dow hasn't either. So very heavy market today for the indices. We'll go over gold as well. Silva caught gold, and we'll take a look at that too. But you would have had to trade into the news though for that. But gold was the outperformer in comparison to silver. So kudos to anyone who caught gold. I didn't look at it. I wasn't awake for that. I was waiting for the news, saw a setup, and didn't take it. So I was like, you know what, man? Let me check the weather real quick. Just like yesterday, I checked the weather. Fucking gorgeous outside. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll go finish this book. I'll piss off the charts and go read the rest of this book. So I did. A great decision. Great decision. Don't convince me. I followed you for ages and have your book. Your education helped me pass my first funded challenge. Oh, very nice, Lewis. It's very nice. You know, you can donate to the channel too. You know, I'm just saying. There's an option. There's a button down there. You know, 10% of your withdrawals from your funded challenge. But anyway, let's take a look at gold and silver. So, yes, it was silver. You guys see that? So we're dragging lower. So we're dragging lower here on silver, and gold is trading higher instead. So I'll go over this one as well. Now this is strictly hindsight. Okay, I didn't plan on trading gold. Didn't look at it until way after this move. Okay, so you know, fair warning to you. This here is actually one of my favorites in terms of the setup. Now, overall, though, I don't really like gold in here based on the range because it's been sideways for a while now, but I'll still go over this setup right here, which again is one of my favorites. It's actually down in here, and I'll show you. You guys think that shit's funny, huh? All right. So I think it was this low that you'd have to double check silver, but silver's lower, gold is higher. So it's like, okay, there's your break of structure, and then here's your retracement. So what do you notice about that retracement there and all these other lows? We'll take a look in here too. So what is this in the evening time and part of London as well? Consolidation. Will I be going over my models on YouTube or the paid membership? On YouTube on a paid membership, or is it just IM? So the complete model is going to be an IM. I will show you bits and pieces here. I mean, I'm not going to give you nothing, but I'm not going to give you everything either. You know what I mean? I'll give you enough, but I'm not going to give you everything. So this low preceded by a lower low, right? Yes, Marius, great answer. Consolidation, liquidity sweep, break of structure, mitigation. Yes. So consolidation, it does run higher here. It took a short-term high and then ran lower. So it got buyers in there, ripped their face off. Anyone who was long got their stop at this low. Price rallies. So now the indication has been shown at 6 a.m. this morning. Oh, that's fucking early, dude. That's early. Early bird gets the worm, I guess, but you know, I wasn't feeling too birdy today. So right around 8 o'clock, 8:15, we trade back and into that. See that? On a 15-minute time frame? Boom. So that low at 1980, 67 could have been your stop. Maybe with spreads, you probably could have went to this stop or this low for your stop. That probably would have been okay too. Now, in all honesty, I think it would have been a little much to ask for this high, but it still hit. Now, maybe you don't like the 15-minute. Maybe you're like, you know, that's too much risk. All right. Okay. I got a fucking solution for that. We got a solution for that, big fella. That reaction, right? That 15-minute initially was here. It trades higher, and then he immediately comes down in a bullish market. Down candles are respected. Yes, boom. That could have been a later entry. Right there. Now, super aggressive stop would have went to that low. I wouldn't have done that personally. But if you like super tight stops, you can go for that. But again, not what I do. Not a lot. On the S&P, yeah, but not for gold. Because gold will rip your face off, put it back on, and then rip it off again. I mean, gold will, you know, it's the most manipulated asset there is, in my opinion. So if you're going to play with fire, you know, don't be upset that you get burned. You know what I mean? So that was, to me, probably the opportunity. Whether that 15-minute or that 5-minute a little bit later, either way, I mean, that was magnificent today. Magnificent. But as mentioned, I mean, your trade, like let's say you bought that right here, or even maybe you say the 15-minute, maybe you bought that too. Well, price is consolidating leading up to that 9 o'clock news. So luckily, yes, it was bullish, but if you were wrong, this could have easily went way past your stop. If it was bearish, okay? So, you know, there's that argument. Do you want to hold through the news? Do you want to take a trade, you know, through the news? It's totally up to you. I'm not against it entirely. My friend does it. My other friends do it too. I mean, Civa did this today. You know, and that's personal choice, personal preference. Would I have traded this heading into news? Probably not. If I did, my stop would have probably went down to this low down in here. Just in case news happened to run lower first, take out a short-term low, back into the mitigation, and then rip. Because it can do that sometimes too. Go lower and then rally higher like a trampoline. You know what I mean? So it's personal preference, but I still think this was very clean price action for the gold market. So there's that. Dollar index. Yesterday we talked about these highs up here. I'm pretty sure. Did we? Or maybe it was the euro. Tuesday. No, Monday. 1 p.m. So we were right in here. I think we talked about these lows, didn't we? We ended up taking out yesterday. And then this morning, we had some short-term lows here. That was swept. News sent it up, back down. There's a short-term mitigation here as well. I mean, that's probably better seen on the 1 minute, but you do have that. And then you do have an imbalance right here as well, created after that second candle. I mean, that's a little, maybe. And then you have really late mitigation up here too. So, oh, yeah, see that 1 minute's a little, I don't know. I don't know about that 1 minute there, but on a 5 minute, you had a small time frame mitigation here, and then a little bit of a higher time frame mitigation there. So the only problem with this one, I screenshotted this one too, right here, for my notes personally. The only problem with that one is, where is the risk, like, defined? You know what I mean? It's like, okay, we could take that, but where is the stop? Is it at this low? You know, it's like, okay, well, maybe, but what's the target? And I'm looking at euro and I don't fucking know what the target is for euro. I have no fucking idea. But what I do know is British pound has equal highs and an imbalance above that. So I'm thinking I would rather probably trade British pound, but pound is our laggard today. So it's just like, well, euro's the leader, but you know, where's the defined risk? And then British pound has a higher probability, a much cleaner target, but it's the laggard. So what the fuck? What if we do there? So again, personal preference. Didn't stress it at the time because of the many lows not so far below. 1 minute was insane. RR, big fan of your work. Thank you, dog. Thank you, dog. Yeah, Alex, there's also a divergence there. I mean, you know, it's not like my work. It's just the chart. It's just analyzing charts. You know what I mean? You know, I'm just someone who interprets price. So dollar making a new low, and it's retracing a little bit. Overall, it's done nothing. Euro hasn't been able to make a new high. And then British pound is our laggard. So, you know, if anything, we might end up coming back for the 21 or the 124.30s. I would have really trusted British pound if this was a deeper retracement. Like if there was a wick like that, that would have been a lot better. You know what I mean? Like that would have been cool. But we don't get that. I mean, it literally barely even takes that. Like what is that, dude? That looks terrible. That looks awful. Retracement, it does respect that imbalance here. And we have rallied a little bit, but now it's just consolidating and not doing anything. So it's just weak. British pound. The euro, obviously much higher, but I don't know. If you didn't get in at the 55s, 45 pips ago, or even at the 80, I mean, 20 pips ago, I mean, or that mitigation, 25 pips ago, I mean, it's hard to tell. It is hard to tell. The dollar, though, coming off of daily highs. So it had a double top or equal highs from April 17th and April 19th. So we came up above that. And obviously we have traded lower on an intraday basis, and that's fine. But if we wanted to be short, what's the high probability target? From like up here, I mean, I guess probably at this low and then maybe this low, both of which have already been traded into. And then we've done nothing since 11 o'clock. So 2.5 hours, we've done nothing. So what's the move from here? I don't know. I have no idea. There's an interesting 4-hour below the lows on GU. Good old cable. Yeah. I mean, that might as well be equal lows on the 4-hour. You gotta love that. So you're talking about that? Man, that's a possibility. I don't know. Look where price is at. If this wasn't a complete stop run and this is now lows, okay, well, all right, let's assume that it is. But then 25.12 is also equal highs on a 15-minute. Price is now stuck between two potential areas of liquidity. So then what do you do with that? Hard to tell. Hard to tell. And I hate that. Because that's not high probability. That is not high probability. Yeah. For the indices, I mean, the daily down candle is here. That 15-minute imbalance has been respected so far. If we wanted to be bullish, like let's pretend, okay, that we bought that down candle on the daily, like 41.10 or 41.11. If I was in a trade right now, if I was long from that, then I would want to see price trade through this imbalance. And if we can get above that, then we may be bullish from that. But look, it's 1:30. There's an hour and a half left. Price has already dramatically traded lower today. And I think it's going to be asking for a lot to get that. So if I was down in here, I'd probably be break even. And I guess have to be patient, but shorts is where it was at today, especially for NASDAQ in there. Like this one, like that shit from in here. I mean, that would have been done for the week right there. You know, so sometimes you just miss those and it is what it is, but you try not to, you know, complain about it or whatever. I mean, I think we still do, but you shouldn't, right? Marcus Aurelius says, "Don't be overheard complaining, not even at court." So we'll just study it. We'll, you know, be mindful of it. Sometimes you just gotta walk away, which is why it's always nice to have a book ready to go, right? If all you have is charts, I don't think that's a good thing. You know, you got to have other things, books, hobbies, things like that. Matter of fact, let me ask you guys this. Community question time. If I can spell. Oh. Yes or no? All right, here's a question for you guys. Do you play an instrument? Piano, guitar, drums, djembe, fucking harmonica, flute, cello, bass, whatever else is out there. You guys play any instruments? I am curious. I really am. When I was younger, I played the piano. Told you I'm listening to jazz music right now. I got piano in the background. I love the piano. I mean, like if you have someone who can play the violin correctly, that's pretty nice too. But I think certain pianos just have a sound that you just can't replicate anywhere else. Baby grand pianos, Steinways. Oh man, it's insane. I want one. But, you know, Steinways, they start at like 25, 30K. And I don't even know how do you get them inside the house to begin with? I mean, do you have to put that in like before the house is built? Like how do you do that? See, these are the types of questions I need answers to, chat. How do you get a piano inside the house? Help me. Willow rapping doesn't count. Singing doesn't count. See, I knew Willow was about to come in here with some with some shit. No, making beats doesn't count either. I'm a DJ. You don't play shit. Those little pads and stuff, get the fuck out of here. It's not an instrument, broski. Those are like pre-recorded sounds that you manipulate. I don't want to hear that shit. It still requires talent, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to shit on beat makers, but like, come on. So Mr. John plays the piano, Nicholas plays the piano, Andreas plays the guitar. Man, a lot of you guys play the piano, Marius as well. Naruto used to play a little bit. It's been a decade. Oh my god. Used to play the drums. Had to give it away because it was too noisy. Ooh. You should have told your neighbors, like, you should have told them to fuck off. Should have been like, bro, I'm trying to be the next Travis Barker. Like, come on, dog. I'm about to bang these drums. But you could have always gotten an electric set as well. They got electric sets. So, I'm just saying. Must be Earth pianists for drummer stuff, not they're Dollar Tree producers. I'm done. Yeah, I've been looking at getting an electric piano, but like weighted keys though. Like actual weighted keys, not like those flimsy, you know, you barely press it. You know what I mean? Like it's got to have like as close to real piano as possible. So we'll see. But it's going to take me probably a couple months to get like to actually get back into it. You know, I got to get one of those apps that has y'all remember Guitar Hero and how the buttons would come down the screen and you would play as the buttons showed up? I would need something like that for the piano, like, because reading sheet music, bro, even when I knew how to play the piano, that shit was ridiculous. Ridiculous. And I would rather learn with the dots on the screen. You know what I mean? Or relearn it, rather. See, but that's what I'm going to do, man. I'm going to be one of those old guys that plays the piano and drinks whiskey and reads books. You know what I mean? And just think about shit. Be like a philosopher. Be pretty cool. Might be able to stream that one day too. Like playing a piano and drinking whiskey and stuff. It'd be cool. I probably wouldn't want to drink whiskey though in the live sessions when we're looking at markets, because that's, I think, a slightly unprofessional, and I don't think anybody would trust me either. Be like, oh, we're gonna trust this guy? He's fucking drinking and analyzing markets. I should do that one day. I should get fucking twisted at like 1 PM and see if I can analyze prices accurately. I could if I was sober, just to see if I could do it. Just be like fucking stumbling, trying to look at the charts. Like, there are candlesticks here, but they fucking look melted, you know, from all that blurry vision. Like, man, these candles are blending together. I don't even know. Well, I have done that before too. I remember the first time I did that, I got really, really stoned. And I hopped on the charts and it was different. It was different. The interpretation was definitely, a lot more thought went into it. I tell you that. A lot more thought. In a good way though. So I don't remember exactly, but I just remember like it was just different. I probably stared at the same chart for like 20 minutes. Like a chart like this, I probably looked at for like 20 minutes solid. I probably blinked maybe like 3 times. And I was just looking at it and looking and investigating and all kind of shit. And then I probably got hungry and went to go have food or something. And that was many, many years ago. I try to not try, but I stay sober during the market hours. But it's true. You guys are laughing, but it's true. Oh yeah, I've done it all, man. But I haven't analyzed a chart while I was drinking though. Because usually when that happens, the market's not open. So there's never been a need to do that. And if I ever day drink, it's not on like a fucking Tuesday. It's usually like a Sunday or a Saturday. But not a Tuesday, not a prime trading day. Now, if you scalped in the morning, like that NASDAQ, like if you caught that, okay, if it's 10:45, 11, and you want to start day drinking after the trades have been closed, hey, be my guest. But if you've got an open trade and you want to day drink, oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. What's good, Max? Our newest member signed up today. What's that poll looking like? 20 votes. Only 30% of you, so 6 of you, said that you play instruments, and everyone else said that they don't. Duly noted, chat. Duly noted. God. We're going to call it a day. We're going to call it a day. I don't think there's anything to do for the rest of today. Dollar still has not done anything. The indices, I wouldn't touch. I wouldn't, not today anyway. I'd probably have to come back tomorrow. Obviously, the opportunity was this morning. I don't see any reason to long. And I can't really justify a short either. So gold's already made its move as well. I think a lot of things have already done what they needed to do today. So it would be wise to not force anything. And the only way to do that is to hop off the session. Because we could stay here and have a conversation, but then it's no longer live futures analysis. It's more like kicking it with John, you know? So the sniper looks good on you, Max. I think it does as well. But yeah, stay blessed, Willow. Have a good one, Andreas. Y'all be good. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so we'll be here same time at 1 o'clock Central or 2 p.m. EST. All right, so I'll probably have, I don't don't know what I'm gonna have for you. All of these are, impromptu, just whatever happens. All right, so if you guys have questions, bring them. We can discuss them and all of that. So don't do anything stupid. Don't be a bonehead today. Don't press buttons that you don't need to. If you see an opportunity, do what you got to do, but don't force anything. Don't be a bonehead. It's only the second day of the month. All right, so be blessed. I'll see you guys same time, same place tomorrow.